Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we're going to start off with a little bit of a public service announcement. The FDA has identified 100 or more hand sanitizers that you need to not use. Some are ineffective, they have low levels of the active ingredients, or they have been contaminated with something else and they're dangerous. There will be a link down below that if you scroll down a little bit, it's got a search bar. Type in the name of the hand sanitizer you have, and you'll be able to check to see if it's on the list. Okay, so yesterday, the president lashed out at Dr. Fauci via tweet, as he tends to do when he gets bad news. So we're going to talk about that in depth. We'll just go ahead and start off by saying that's one. Okay, so Fauci, he explains why the U.S. is faring worse than European countries, because they shut down deeper, meaning they closed down like 95% of their economy, whereas we only did about 50%, and we reopened too soon. That's the statement. It's backed up by fact. It's what happened. The president tweeted out with a clip of him doing this. He says, "Wrong. We have more cases because we have tested far more than any other country. 60 million. If we tested less, there would be less cases." That's totally not how that works if you don't know. The cases would still be there. We just wouldn't know. How did Italy, France, and Spain do? Go ahead and say that's 2 right now. Now Europe sadly has flare-ups. Most of our governors worked hard and smart. We will come back strong. Most of the governors, a lot of them anyway, ignored the guidelines. They reopened too soon. This is where we're at. Sometimes, in some places, there was a lack of compliance. There's a whole lot of reasons for this. It's probably because we don't have a unified response and we have no leadership. We have no response from the national level. We have no leadership from the national level, which would be Donald's job. Perhaps while this is going on and we're in the middle of all of this, it's not the best time for the president to attack the one person that kind of knows what's going on. That's 3. If you're wondering what I'm counting, on July 30th, we lost a person every 60 seconds to this. Meanwhile, the president is golfing. The president is lashing out at the only person who seems to have the trust of the American people. He is encouraging governors to disregard guidelines. He has politicized this. This is why we're in the situation we're in. He made a bad situation that he had no control over worse. It's where we're at. And there's nothing he can tweet that's going to change that. If we don't test for it, we just don't know they're there. Doesn't mean that people don't die. That's 4. This rate, if it keeps up, that's, it's devastating. It's devastating. And there's nothing the administration is proposing to stop it. They've thrown their hands up. They're trying to divert and change the subject. They're trying to tweet their way out of it. There are reports that there was somewhat of a plan, but it was scrapped when it was realized that most of the impact at the time was affecting blue states, the president's opposition. So he didn't care. I'd like to point out that in most states, things are pretty evenly split, more or less. So if you were to let a blue state go, you'd lose a lot of red people too. That's 5. A blue state isn't wholly populated by Democrats. The president and his team know this. Understand, if you are a Republican, they don't care. They do not care about you. They never have. He's a game show host. He's good at branding. He's good at conning the gullible. That's it. He's tweeting out falsehoods. And he's doing so at the expense of American lives. It's out of hand. We still have no national leadership. The only leadership we're getting at the national level, the president tries to undermine at every turn. It's probably something we should consider and think about. Anyway, it's just a thought. That's 6. Y'all have a good day.